Good morning and welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We have mostly cloudy skies out there this morning as we do have a little boundary that is moving through our region and did bring some showers in the region this morning, but for the most part they've kind of broken up and did not have much impact here at Wallops. We have seen the temperatures recover a bit from the lows below freezing this morning, recovering quite quickly, around 46 degrees at the moment, and the winds have shifted to be more out of the south-southeast, around 6 to 8 knots. And we should see these clouds stick around today, could see a few breaks, and we'll see things fairly mild today before we get into our next day of active weather. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, uh, we can see that boundary that's in our area and the showers that were associated with it earlier this morning. But again, that is kind of slowly moving to the north of us this morning, and not expecting any additional chance for any showers as we go throughout the day. If we take a look at the upper level winds from this morning's balloon sounding, we did have winds near the surface out of the southwest, very light at only 2 knots, and in that lower 10,000 feet out of the west, from 11 knots up to 33 knots at 9,000 feet. And as we get above 10,000 feet, winds becoming more west-northwesterly, starting at about 47 knots and increasing up to 60 knots around 25,000 feet. And the freezing level this morning was at the surface. So if we look out there at the current satellite imagery, we do see all that cloud material associated with the boundary that did bring some showers into the region, but not impacting Wallops this morning. If we take a look at the radar real quick, we do see how they have kind of broken up and are starting to dissipate and move north of our area. We do see quite a bit of cloud material kind of all around the region, so that's going to be keeping us mostly cloudy and to overcast, and those clouds will continue to build in, becoming more likely overcast as we go through the overnight hours and into tomorrow, ahead of our next system bringing us some showers and storms as we go into tomorrow afternoon and evening. So looking at the short-term high-resolution model, again we'll see some clouds, maybe a few breaks in the clouds, but it should remain dry for the remainder of the day until we get into our day on Thursday. There is a slight chance we could see some showers passing through the area throughout the morning and early afternoon, but the main event will be as we get into the late afternoon and into the evening, where we'll see the greatest chance for rain, and we could see some embedded thunderstorms as we go into the overnight hours and early Friday morning. So as this front begins to move through, again, we will see some windy conditions with some gusts between 30 and 40 knots, and again, some lightning in the area. The SPC does have us under a marginal risk for severe weather, mainly because of the high winds that we will be seeing. So as that system moves out for by Friday morning, we should see things slowly start to clear up throughout the day on Friday. And as we jump out to our longer term model, we do see that front clearing out of the area, things quieting down and becoming fairly seasonable. A little cooler on Saturday, but becoming fairly seasonable as we get into our weekend and beginning of next week. We'll see things remain pretty dry as we have high pressure built in on our Saturday. We do have a chance of a upper level disturbance coming through the area as we move into the morning hours of Sunday, bringing us a slight chance of some rain Sunday. But otherwise that moves quickly out of here, and we get into fairly quiet start to our next week, ahead of what will be our next system coming into the area late Tuesday into Wednesday. So if we look at the short-term outlook for today, the 24-hour weather risk chart, again expecting highs to get into the low 50s today. Clouds in the area for most of the day, a few breaks maybe, and then we'll see overcast pretty much mostly cloudy to overcast conditions as we go throughout the night tonight, and that will keep temperatures from dropping too low, seeing a low of about 50 degrees overnight before things start to warm up quickly ahead of the next system. Winds are fairly light at the moment. We could see them pick up a little bit out of the south-southeast as we go throughout the day. Maybe a gust up to 18 to 20 knots, but uh, they will actually really start to pick up more as we get into the evening hours, with a south wind about 10 to 15 knots and some gusts up to 22 as we get into the overnight hours. And as we get into tomorrow, they'll continue increasing throughout the day. Tomorrow we'll see those windy conditions as we get into our Thursday. So green across the board with the exception of seeing that chance of a wind advisory as we get closer to midnight tonight and into the overnight hours. Looking at the next couple of days, Thursday, again cloudy. We'll have a slight chance of a shower in the area early, and then the rain chances will continue to increase as we get into the late afternoon, and showers becoming more likely as we get into the evening and overnight hours. We do have that chance for an embedded thunderstorm. Greatest chance of that will be in the overnight hours, and we'll have those very windy conditions with some gusts 30 to 40 knots. High at 66 for tomorrow, so fairly warm, and Thursday night fairly mild with a low of 53. Again, we have those colored risks for our precip throughout the day, Thursday and Thursday evening, as well as lightning, and red for our winds, as we are expecting to have a wind advisory as we get into Thursday, and that will probably hang on through the evening Thursday night. And with that precip and that stormy weather, we could see some lowered visibilities and ceilings. Friday, things will start to quiet down a little bit. Have a very slight chance of a lingering shower early, and then we'll see things start to clear up, becoming mostly and then gradually becoming partly cloudy as we get into the evening on Friday. Still fairly breezy for our Friday, so we do have that weather risk for that wind advisory for our Friday. Looking into the extended outlook as we get into Saturday, should be a fairly nice day. On the cool side, but not very far below average for this time of year, and then we'll see things become more seasonable as we get into the beginning of next week. High for Saturday about 55, and as we get into Saturday evening, we could see a low of 43. As we get into Sunday with that upper level disturbance, we do have that slight chance of seeing a shower in the area, and otherwise mostly cloudy for Sunday with a high of 60, and as we get into Sunday evening, seeing a low of 41. The beginning of our next work week looks fairly quiet and seasonable. A partly cloudy day for Monday with some increased clouds as we get into Tuesday with highs in the upper 50s and low 60s and lows in the low to upper 40s. Well, that will wrap up our 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.